Again, to thank you for turning out for our ceremony, and we're honoring, of course, Garrett Waldron and Tom Moore as a 12th and 13th NCAA Division I All-Americans in Binghamton University's athletic department history. Binghamton now has been an NCAA Division I program since 2001 and has produced All-Americans in the sports of swimming and diving, men's lacrosse, men's soccer, wrestling, and track and field. And Garrett and Tom marked the third and fourth team sport athletes to be able to earn Division I All-America honors.
I'm really delighted to have the honor to be part of this celebration to recognize our men's lacrosse players, Tom Moore and Garrett Waldron, for their efforts in the 2016-17 Binghamton lacrosse team. I want to welcome their friends and families here. This is quite a special honor. As Roger pointed out, these are just the third and fourth athletes who have been inducted as All-Americans in team sports.
It's a special day, and you don't, as an athletic director, you don't get a chance to stand up here too many times and talk and have All-Americans in your presence that have been part of your institution, part of your program. Garrett and Tom, congratulations. This is really an exceptional accomplishment that both of you have earned.
Good morning, and thank you to Binghamton University and the athletic department for inviting me out to recognize these two incredible student athletes. I am a proud Bearcat alumni, and you guys are part of a huge alumni base and support group, and really truly a family. And your accomplishments, I mean, just make me even prouder to be a Bearcat alumni.
Did an exercise with our team, and we read John Gordon's book, The Hard Hat, which exemplifies 21 ways to be a great teammate. And just reviewing those 21 ways the other night, I couldn't help but just think of Garrett, really possessing almost every single one of them. So I'll read just a few here. Well done is better than well said. Sweat more. Choose to be humble and hungry. Do it for your team, not for applause. Show you are committed. Never take a play off. Love your team. Hold yourself and your team accountable. Give all and take nothing. Garrett's performance on the field last year spoke for itself. Garrett finished last year with 42 ground balls and 19 caused turnovers, but that wasn't the reason he was named All-American. The coaches who voted for him across the country saw his ability to impact and change a game by being able to erase the opponent's top offensive threat. In 16 of our games, Garrett held 9 of those opponents' top leading scorer to 1 point or less. Please join me in congratulating Garrett on his All-American honors.
I want to give a thanks to everyone that helped me get to this point. First off, with my family, all the years of them driving me to practice, going to my games, paying for the equipment that it's really not that cheap. So, I would never have gotten this far without them. As a washed-up alumni, I've been keeping up on the team on every single website I can. And Inside Lacrosse did a little podcast when they came to a practice here this past week. And they quoted Coach Cooper saying, "Good enough is not good enough anymore." And that just exemplifies what they've done here. They've raised the bar. They expect excellence in everything we do, day in and day out. And last but not least, I want to give a huge thanks to my teammates. Something we preach here as a team is that we're all a family. And these are the closest group of guys I've ever seen in my life. They've given me the best 4 years of my life that I will remember for the rest of my time. And without them, none of this was possible.
What we had with Tom was a little bit the opposite of what we had with Garrett. We didn't know what we had in Garrett yet, and coming in with Tom, we had a pretty good idea that Tom was going to be a big part of what we did on the offensive end of the field. From the start of last fall, it was clear Tom was a competitive and hard-working individual. His unique ability to score the ball in many different ways was what made him stand out. Inside goals from the crease, room and time shots from the wing, dodges from behind the cage, downhill dodges from in front of the cage. Tom can score from anywhere inside the offensive box. He also had the ability to handle different pressures and different looks from opposing defenses and use them to our advantage as a team and not just his advantage as a player. As the season went on, more and more attention was given to Tom when the ball was in his stick. Coach Cooper smartly, in our Syracuse game, mentioned by President Stenger before, used him as an off-ball player. Didn't do a lot of dodging in that game. And Tom ended up with 5 of our 9 goals on just 7 shots. Incredibly efficient performance by Tom. Coach Cooper and I still don't know how the goal that Tom scored against Hartford from the goal line, leaning in, posting up like a basketball player, went in to tie the game with 2.5 minutes left. And I'm going to miss those looks from Coach. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about. When he turns around and gives 2 eyebrows. How the heck did that just happen? I'm going to miss that. And I know we're going to get that in a different way this year. But, you know, it was just some amazing things we got to see out of Tom on the field last year. So please join me and congratulate him on All-America and Scholar All-America honors.
Like Coach McCune said before, it's like truly a humbling experience to be up here receiving this award. If you would have asked me a couple years ago, or you told me that I was going to be an All-American, I probably would have done something along the lines of laughed at you. But to be a part of such a great team and such a great community, it's actually unbelievable to feel the love and support from everyone. And the big thing I wanted to talk about was that it was never about the statistics or anything like that. It was all about the team and just being part of the guys. That was the biggest thing for me. And going forward, I just really want to thank everyone for coming out here today. I want to thank my lovely mother for being here, putting up with me all the time. I got a speeding ticket on the way here. Don't tell anyone. Sorry. Hate to break it to you right now. But I want to thank the coaches, Coach McCune, Coach Cooper, Coach Turry, who's not with us anymore, Coach Cousins, who's now on the staff. What's up? I want to thank you guys for just teaching me how to not only be a leader, but be a successful human on and off the lacrosse field. I really appreciate everything you guys did for me. And I also want to thank my teammates. I couldn't have done this without you guys, and you guys mean the world to me. And like, I know I only spent 2 years here, but it was the best 2 years of my life, and I know that for sure. And I just want to thank all you guys.